I will respond to him with cold silence, looking him straight in the eye, and with my left hand, I'll clear my sword 2 inches.
Yeah, he is still standing near the women. He's kind of made sure that they are directly behind him. He's just making these loud. He's trying to scare you. Just being I'm the big gorilla here. Get out of my place. This is my territory. You've done foul here. You need to leave. He's just doing these big jumps and like slamming on the ground and just really angry. Edward, what are you doing?
Oh, I see this display, and I was thinking about making my staff glow with a spell, the light cantrip, and just kind of.
The little cantrip wizard will cast a spell which is against intelligence.
Roll intelligence.
All right, so on a 10 plus, you are successful. So you place that on your stuff. How does your light look? What color is it? What does it look like?
It starts off real faint, the staff, and then it starts to glow this brilliant orange. And it just kind of, it doesn't so much as pulse, but it's just kind of dims and a little bit of a pulse, I guess. And I just kind of hold it above my head and just try to,
so
distract him and scare him a bit with it.
As you bring up the light, it definitely pulls his attention, and he gets this glob of dirt and throws it at your direction. It's like just throwing dirt at you. Sirach, what are you doing?
I'm actually just going to back up a little bit and kind of hide behind him as he's using his staff.
So as you're giving him more space, he's getting closer still. He's trying to charge you out of here, scare you out of here. Attention, what do you?
I am. I'm going to sigh. I sigh loudly. Must you answer everything with violence from your hands?
Rohan?
Yeah. I'm gonna charge him, try to flank him. Since he's moving at them, I'm gonna go for his side.
Okay, so he's ready. He's got his arms flailing. So in order for you to get close, do your defy danger. We'll do strength to see if you're able to push past his brute arms.
Just trying. Oh god.
Okay.
I'm just trying to scream
roll
this
your
whole time. I have no
hack and
voice.
slash.
Oh shit.
And your damage.
I would like to do the full +6.
He just punches the guy in half.
Okay. Not dead yet. But as you go through, he's able to actually get in 2 whips of his own. Both when you get past his arm, he reaches by and he like grabs your face and kind of just pulls at it. And then as you hit him to again, he does an uppercut right into your gut. Roll me a 2d6. All right.
So I take 2
That.
damage.
Mm-hmm. So he begins to back up. He is
Challenge me. Come on.
he's still very, very angry, but he begins kind of moving back. The other 3 all run off in this other tent. Both just. So he's standing out front, and he's kind of. You can see him plant his hand on the ground. He kind of closes his eye, and he just starts taking deep breaths.
I'm gonna rush him again.
Okay. It's pretty far distance. You got to go through the fence and stuff. So, how do you want to get over there?
I didn't know there was a fence.
Bench.
Oh, okay. I'll just full out sprint, like parkour jump over the bench to try to land right in front of him to just
That's worked so well for you before.
hell
Dexterity.
yeah. Just come in swinging. Suck it, Spoon.
All right, roll your hack and slash. Actually, no, don't even worry about it. He's down on his hands and knees. So describe how you jump over this bench and face it.
It's just a flying Superman punch to the top of his head, pretty much.
Pretty much, just come running and like use my hands to launch myself over the bench, and just spear him
It's just
almost.
a straight down, just
Just a spear, but I'm gonna come forward and just hit him in the head as I'm coming down.
Oh Jesus!
All right, Sirach. The creature, all the ghosts have cleared off into the two far tents. Rohan's just done this flying Superman punch and exploded the brains, which as you went through, you noticed it didn't really have many organs. It definitely felt like hard clay and mud inside. It was still organic, but it didn't have like a specific brain. But it definitely died as soon as you exploded their head. Rock, what are you doing?
Well, after that, I'm just kind of awestruck with the display and the spatter that goes up against the tent as the being gets just annihilated.
What are the rest of you guys doing?
I want to tell them that these guys are not. It's weird, hard to explain, but they're not flesh and blood. They are amalgamations, and there's a strong sense of magic. I wouldn't be surprised if these aren't natural beings, if they are like golems or something like that somebody's created.
Which one did all the females and the children seem to go into?
The brown one.
The females went over there, and at the very beginning, one of the females and three of the children.
Kenshin has now become the head of the group and will take over all responsibilities. Kenshin now
Yeah.
runs this camp.
I'm moving over there and standing in front of the door.
I'm gonna move up to the campsite and start looking around for a jar.
Okay, so as you go up to the camp, you can see that there's some old wood that's kind of used as benches. There's the fire pit with this very strange smelling meat cooking on it. There's definitely footprints of more creatures than there are actually here. There's definitely tons of footprints. You can tell this is a very well-lived area. And then there's just two tents in the back, both with their flaps drawn closed. You can't really see inside of them. They are now.
I'm just gonna. Can I use?
I'm gonna open the flap to this tent and look in.
God, he's gonna start punching everything again.
Okay,
When do I get my voice back?
you have it back.
Oh, okay.
So it was only gone for. So as you open the tent, you see that there are the three women cowering in the back corner as you come in. They just start shaking, just very, very frightened of you. The inside of the tent has a lot of animal skins laid down on the carpet. There's these hanging displays of animal bones that make these strange kind of chimes and stuff. As you go through, they all kind of clink together.
I run my hand along through some of them and just let the chimes make noise.
So they're cowering back even further. As you go in, there's you can tell there's piles of fruits and vegetables, and there's this shrine that has this very large chunk of wood on it, and these homemade candles kind of flickering in distance, sitting on top of this tree stump that's been carved in this beautiful display of a very large creature kind of looking over this vast ocean of trees. They're still cowering. Edward, what are you doing?
Do I see a jar anywhere?
How are you gonna look around and what's in the tent? So yeah,
I'm gonna
discern
look around,
my
but try to
reality.
Try to keep an eye on them so I don't get jumped.
Okay, discern reality.
That's intelligence or wisdom.
Wisdom.
Right?
Wisdom.
Back on. It's nice to have sounds.
Is that coming from Roll20?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
roll 20. Yeah. We've never used them
Nice.
before, but Stilts has decided to.
I
add
like
ambiance.
sounds. All right, so on a 7 to 9, you can ask one questions. Here, should I be on the lookout for?
Is there anything useful or valuable to me?
There.
Since the jar would be useful / valuable
Yes.
to me.
So you don't see anything that's jar-like in its tent. You can see that there appears to be this golden chain with a clasp hanging on top of the shrine. It's encasing this piece of wood.
This thing he murdered is dead, right?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna be that big of a dick and steal that. So I'll move around.
Okay. Sorok, what are you doing?
Well, I mean, there's this nice, tasty meal on the fire. It shouldn't go to waste.
Negative.
So, as you
Alright, have at it, halfling.
as you take a bite, you notice that your mouth, like, it tastes very sour, and your mouth begins to kind of dry. Roll me defy danger.
You are the dumbest halfling I know.
He has no idea because I never told anybody. I never said anything.
So same thing
After he
happens.
takes a bite, I'm
You're
like,
able to,
Green meat.
as you're going through, you lose the power of your voice, but you start to feel really dizzy, strange. You really get quite sick. Let's check.
I'm gonna walk into the tent. And
Yes,
make sure,
you get
know,
sick.
Make sure Rohan's not murdering
That's on
anybody,
your,
but I'm also gonna turn
On
around
your
and tell
sheet, I just
everybody.
updated it there for you.
Don't
Attention,
eat the meat. It's not good.
You've seen Rohan enter the tent. You haven't seen him come out. Sorok just took a bite out of this strange creature. What are you doing?
Well, as long as I don't hear screams from the other tent, I am going to remain where I am at.
Edward?
I'm gonna come in here and make sure Rohan's not murdering or raping or pillaging anything.
So you see the
And,
same thing. There's these 3 women cowering in the corner, staring at Rohan, just scared out of their wits' end. Inside, there's all these beds of animal skins. There's a shrine over in one part with this large fragment of wood, this golden chain with a clasp on it. Homemade candles, kind of flickering with a strange smelling incense. And there's a whole bunch of fruit and just kind of like a food ration.
I'm just gonna become completely distracted by this idol and come over here and study it.
Okay. What are you looking for?
No idea. I'm just gonna
Knowledge. General knowledge.
yeah, knowledge. I'm gonna study it, see if there's any writing on it, and see if I can discern if it has any kind of power or anything.
Okay. Roll against your wisdom. Actually, let's do. Let's say you're gonna spout some lore, because you may know some things about it. That's your intel.
Should have went with wisdom.
So you can tell that it's a god-like thing. You don't know exactly what god they're referring to because there's so many in this world that you've heard about, and you can just tell that this big piece of wood doesn't seem to come from the oak trees, but it's so old that who knows? It could just be a really old petrified piece of wood.
Can I reach out and touch it?
It feels really, really old. It feels like stone.
All right. I'm gonna look around for some books or some scrolls or some leaves with scribbles on it.
The only thing you see that has a scribbling on it is this carving into the tree stump that has this big hulking figure. It's more of like a shade of a figure, and you can see that there's all trees underneath it, like it's looking over this of trees.
All right. I'm gonna reach into my pocket and grab out a piece of paper or whatever, that piece of scroll, and kind
When
of
you do,
scribble
you
down the
grab
picture.
shit instead of paper.
Yeah, as you reach into your pocket, you end up grabbing a handful of poo dirt.
And then I just kind of curse at nobody and reach into the other pocket and grab out a piece of scroll and start scribbling down this picture.
Okay, as you do that, one of the women like takes offense that you're kind of defiling their things, and she throws this piece of wood at you. I danger dexterity, please. See if it hits.
Great. And I'm unconscious.
All right, roll me a 1d6, please.
While that's happening, I'm gonna step over between him and them and just like get even bigger.
Oh, I'm fine.
So
and, like,
it's-
up and walk
She
around.
literally, I mean, she's pretty weak at throwing, so it was more like an annoyance thing. Like, how dare you do that?
All
Oh,
right.
I
well,
understand.
since they're
I
taking
understand,
offense
but
to
I'm
it,
gonna
I'm just
scare
gonna
them even more.
put the
Well,
paper
they
down
are.
with it.
She's like, oh my god, I can't believe I just did that. She's moved back even further. They're all.
I'm just gonna put
freaking
down
out.
the paper and leave it, and just kind of walk out. I'm not here to offend anybody.
Attention. See Edward leave the tent. Rohan's still in the other. Sirach appears to be kind of coughing. What are you doing?
Sighing loudly. I guess I'll
Oh, Rohan has
run
left the
into
tent.
Rohan as he comes out of the tent. I don't know.
All right. You hear this
Gonna go-
collective sigh of relief as Rohan leaves the tent.
Must
I'm gonna make
you-
my way to the other tent and go take a look.
All right. So as you head to the front of the tent, you can feel yourself kind of pulled into a magical embrace. I need you to apply wisdom. See if you can resist. No. All right. So you go and you touch this tent, and you see horrific images of your own people, their heads cut off, placed on spikes, the eyes being out by just creatures of the unknown. There's darkness, there's fire, your entire city is being burned, and you faint.
Good thing I didn't care about those fucks anyway.
Oh, Rohan is passed
Edward,
out.
Rohan is just passed out and apparently gone back to sleep. Literally came back. There we go. What are you doing?
I guess I'll go check on him. And
So
Poke him.
he's
a bit.
he's much paler than he was before, but he's still breathing.
Are we done being foolish here? Is there a jar or not?
There never was a jar.
Then
They
why
never
have we
had it.
come here?
Just following leads.
Edward, you can see that there's this glistening kind of shine on the front of apps standing.
Fancy. I'm gonna touch it.
I danger wisdom, please.
Because that always ends up well. Touch the things. Oh yeah!
So you're able to push through it, and as you're going through, you see the same thing. You go back and you see the things that helped you when you were younger getting torn apart, cracked open, and devoured as food. It's for these large shadow-like beasts, but you kind of push that aside, like it doesn't matter. And as you enter, you see the small creatures are all standing inside, and they kind of get shocked and back away. And you also see this other mage-like being standing there with a staff in their hand, kind of humming, and sees you and starts kind of raising its staff. You can see behind them there's another one of these shrines, and on top of it there's this round, very clay-like jar that seems to be strapped down by these very old vines, and there is just everything there. You can see old coins and weapons and it seems to be, if you want to place a sacrifice, you put whatever there. There's fruit and vegetables and just things that they don't need that could be discarded there. And it's standing behind him, and so he's standing in front with his staff and he's just staring at you.
Am I still sick?
Yes.
You still don't have a voice. If you want to battle the sickness, you can do that. Do another Defy Danger Constitution.
How can I wake up?
Defy Danger Constitution as well. So your mouth regains its wetness, its flavor. It begins to come back, Sirach.
I'm gonna attempt to communicate with this other plant wizard.
All right, and Ginger, you're able to wake up, but you have a splitting headache. Roll me, let's see, headache. We're gonna do nothing, because yes, I know, it is quite funny. Let's see, Rohan. You find yourself to be confused.
That's about par for the course.
So Edward, how do you try to speak with this creature?
I'm gonna kind of not so much slam, but stick my staff in the dirt and kind of leave it there, and then just kind of hand gesture towards the jar, and like, I need that, and see how well he takes that.
He does the same thing, but with more force.
He wants a wizard off, does he?
He does this quick look over to the children, and they all scurry to the back.
Very well.
Kenshin, you've kind of heard this rustling and the skittering of the small being all going on in this tent. What do you do?
Oh, well, that can't be a good sign, so I guess I'm going to join the rest of the ship of fools and enter the tent.
He does it again. As you walk in, he slams his staff to the ground, and as he does that, you can see the grass kind of flurries up. It gets larger. There's a couple weeds that kind of grow up. Sirach, the party's gone into the tent.
And by enter the tent, I mean through the wall right here.
Of course. Okay, so you tear through the wall.
Just
You cut
slice your way
through.
in.
Yeah.
Same thing. He slams it down. Grass kind of grows up. Weeds begin to kind of form around the base of his staff. Sirach.
Well, noticing as the wizard is slamming his staff down and air is being moved out.
Have you
of
gone
the
into
tent,
the tent yet? Oh,
He's feeling air
I'm not
currents.
going to be approaching the tent because it seems quite scary.
the folks that are
I
in the tent,
wonder.
what are you doing?
I want him out.
I'm gonna do what I always do.
I
I'll
don't
let
want
Spoon go
anybody
first.
to murder this bastard. I
I'll
don't.
let Spoon take his turn first.
I want to out wizard him. Like, so I want to
I'm
like basically pick my staff up and slam it down and like fire something up and out of the tent.
Okay.
I'm like
I'm
I
actually
guess a
going
magic
to be
missile,
looking
basically,
in this other
and fire it
tent
through my
for
staff
anything
and straighten
good.
out.
Okay. Roll me your cast a spell.
That's intelligence, right?
Yeah. Okay, so on a 7 to 9, the spell is cast, but choose one. You draw unwelcome attention to yourself or put yourself in a spot. The spell disrupts the fabric of reality, and it takes a 1- ongoing to cast spells. After you've cast it, you forgot the spell.
Go with the first one.
Okay. And what does your magic missile look like?
It's
Phallic shaped.
it's just a giant dick flying through the tent. No, it's kind of streamlined. It's kind of like an arrow. A bit like an arrow, and it's the same color my staff was, so it's kind of like a brilliant orange, like the glow of my staff was.
Okay.
It's not like a giant fireball, but it's really slim and defined, and
So as you
shoots
do
up through
that,
the tent and-
slams his staff down and again, and vines begin to twirl around your legs going up to your thighs, and you feel yourself trapped to the ground, unable to move.
All right, I rush the bastard.
Okay. He's going to cast another spell towards you, so I need you to defy danger wisdom.
Wisdom?
Yep, he's going for your brain again.
That's why. That's why we can't do anything nice.
Okay. So as you're able to kind of push through this, he seems to be a little shocked. Do your hack and slash for me.
I'm gonna go all out on it too. So
Hey, Stilts, I'm gonna be
Jesus.
investigating these other little tents over here.
Okay. Discern realities for me. Okay. So he's definitely hurt. He's not dead yet. Faison, you find pretty much just old bedding. There's not much in the tent, but just some items. There's some carved figures made out of wood. There's a lot of like dirt prints and dust in there, but it's really apparently just a place to sleep. Kenshin, this creature begins to put its staff down and start humming, and you see this green glow begin to form around him as he's standing with Kenshin in his face. What do you do?
Rohan.
No, Kenshin.
Rohan in his face.
Yes, that's what I meant. Rohan's in his face. I'm asking Kenshin.
Yep. Well, just tell them.
Okay, so Edward has fired a magic missile at him.
Not
At
at him.
the roof, and he now has vines
trying to
up
intimidate
across
him.
his leg. Rohan has charged and hurt him quite severely.
And there's a jar back over this way.
There's a jar in the back behind him.
Well, I'm just gonna walk over here and grab the jar.
Okay, he sees you do that, and he's gonna try to cast the same spell towards your roll by danger wisdom.
did he turn around?
He hasn't moved. You came up
You
and hit
just
him.
saw him walk past him.
His
Well,
staff is
right.
just planted.
I didn't know if he turned to watch Kenshin go back that way, or
He
if
saw
just-
him basically approaching.
Move. Okay.
Okay, so you're able to you see these knot men attacking and ravaging your village, but it's even more vicious than they normally do. They're literally grabbing the spines and ripping them out, and they're breaking the arms off and beating people down with their own arms. They're taking the eyes and just crushing them in their palms. You're able to push back, but you find yourself slowed down, and you actually only end up moving a little bit closer to the jar. Edward, you have these vines going up around your legs.
Wow.
I'm going to succinctly remove them with the edge of my blade.
I didn't know I had a
Edward?
blade.
Oh, sorry.
When did I get a blade? How close is Rohan to this guy? Do I have like a clear line of sight of this guy?
Where you are, you could say you do. I mean, there's not really any specific line of sight.
I know,
It's
but
more-
I just.
He's a Goliath, so you don't have a very clear shot,
God damn it.
but you can still, if you wish to cast a spell, you can do it. Just know if you end up missing,
Yeah, something will die. I don't know.
you'll miss.
Screw it. Let's, shoot him in the chest with a missile if I can.
Okay. Your
Or if I get lucky,
intelligence.
blow up his staff. Nope. I missed and hit Rohan in the back.
Alright, Rohan, I will need you to roll me a Defy Danger Dexterity to get out of the way of the magic missile.
You're welcome, Rohan. This is
I
why
knew
don't
he was
attack
gonna
you.
fucking miss.
I knew I was gonna miss too, that's why I did it. I don't have any other offensive maneuvers.
Yeah, you're able to move by, but as you do, you have to move away. Him. You have to dodge. Sirach, what are you doing in, around these back tents?
Fire, shit.
Well, I've just been kind of rummaging about the tents.
Yeah, it's literally just sleeping bags. There's
it's
not
pretty
much. There's a
useless,
few, berries and, like I said, there's
That
like
tent was
carved
scary.
figures.
It was like the flaps were flapping open, and the grass was growing rapidly.
That's why they're called
some
flaps.
things just don't
They
go
flap.
towards.
Flaps flap, damn it.
Yeah, each one. If you want to roll another discern reality to.
Just
Yeah, I'll
make
check
sure
this
it's the
third
same
one.
as the last one.
Same thing, just a place
Nope,
to
just
sleep.
more bed.
More beds. Rohan,
I would like
do what you gotta
to
do.
rush the guy, sweep his legs, and then drop the people's elbow.
Okay, same thing, Defy Danger Wisdom.
Use your brain. Sort
Okay.
of.
So you go to trip him and he does get knocked back, but he actually falls away from where you are. So he's on his back, but as you come down to try to elbow him, you miss him completely. Edward, what are you doing? This creature's now on its back, its staff is across its chest. There's Rohan kind of laying next to it, probably trying to get up as quickly as possible. Tension standing behind him.
No,
Can
I
I-
just want to roll over and slam him in the face if possible.
I know
Has he
you
lost concentration at all and the vine's gone away?
Yeah,
vine's
yeah.
still
As he drops down, the staff is removed from the ground, so the vines unwrap from his legs.
I kind of just want to bonk him with my staff.
Okay, so as you approach, defy
like
danger
we're-
wisdom to get close to him.
Nope.
All right, so you
make any roll.
see the same images, but this time it is far more violent and it causes you to faint. Kenshin, what are you doing?
I'm going to, just continue my way to the pot.
So as you do, the three creatures run and charge and jump at your face. Roll defy danger dexterity.
Oh,
That's 4
slice the
XP
little
from
ones
you
in
guys.
half. Slice them in half. Come on.
That's 4 XP, yay!
Okay. They get up there. They grab on the back of your. You have a knot, right? Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You have a knot, and they grab onto you, and they start going at your eyes. Roll me a 1d6 plus 3 or plus 2. So you take 6 damage minus your armor. You have the jar in your hands, but you also have these 3 creatures screaming in your ear, clawing at your eyes, pulling at your hair. Rohan, you're laying down, probably back on your feet now, and there's this creature laying on the ground. What do you wish to do?
Oh, I'm gonna just try to people's elbow him again.
Roll your damage.
Oh, Jesus. Wow, he's destroyed.
He turns into a puddle, and the woman starts charging at you. Edward, tension's in the back with a pile of monkeys. You see this woman chasing after Rohan. There's this pile of dead leaves and weird brown oozing stuff, and you can see Kenshin has this jar in his hand.
Got the jar in his hands.
Mm-hmm.
Can I take the jar from him and make him invisible?
How are you gonna
No,
get past?
I'm just.
How are you gonna get past?
I'm
the flying-
brainstorming. Leave me alone.
Yeah, invisibility with something on top of him might be a little tough.
Yeah, I just realized that.
They're still latched onto him, so even if he's invisible, they're still gonna be on him.
Yeah, I know. I only have one move really for fighting anything, which is kind of sad because I can't think of anything else.
Kill the woman,
Not that kind of person.
or I'll do it. That's fine. It's your choice.
It's not.
But I've already taken out the biggest target here. I've taken out the strong guy out in the front, and I've taken out the wizard. Which
Can
you
I charm the
couldn't do.
woman?
Charm
I use-
person. The person,
Can I
not
touch
beast
her
or
shoulder?
monster, you touch while. You're gonna have to touch her.
Beast or
But
monster?
how do you get close to her to touch her?
Gonna kind of leap at her and put her down by her shoulders.
Okay, defy danger,
Whoa,
dexterity. Do that jump.
Then you should be at least
Dex-
Old man.
30.
Okay. You trip and fall, just like so close to her. She kind of looks down, spits, and then goes towards Rohan. So Rock, there's all of these screams and thumps and weird shit going on in that tent. What do you do?
I'm out here collecting the fruit.
Okay.
Still more useful than the halfling.
With all
Alright.
the fruit together, we'll say add another 15 dungeon rations. They are very
Holy crap.
filling fruit. Very filling. Rohan or Kenshin, you got little tiny vine creatures prodding at every orifice of your face. What do you do?
Just murder them.
How much does
Sling
that
him
weigh?
off and slice. Sling him off and slice.
Yeah, I unfortunately am going to have to.
They're a pound apiece. Or one weight
Just
apiece.
that because it's not exactly done.
No, 5 dungeon rations is 1 weight.
Yeah, but they're not exactly done. I'll say it's let's see. I'd say it's
I've
just
gotta
another
step away
2
for a
weight
minute.
for all of it. Okay.
I've got to step away for a minute. Just
It's fine.
roll
We'll
my
be
attacks.
taking
I
a
just
break
wanna
pretty
punch her in the
quickly.
face.
Sure, but yeah, go for it. Kenshin, tiny creatures trying to take your eyeballs.
I'm gonna throw them, and I'm just gonna cut because I can't handle this.
Hack and slash.
I didn't want it to go this way. I tried the peaceful route, damn it. You people don't understand.
Well, these are quite small if they're
And
like
they're
damage?
murdered.
hanging from his hair and like scratching at his face.
Well, they're children. They're plant children, and now they're all cut in half.
So you take down 2 of them with
Tend to.
no issues at all. The other one screams and runs and climbs on the back of the mom. And Edward, you're laying down next about to claw on's face. What do you do?
Fucking, I'm gonna try and blast it with a magic missile.
Your cat. What do you pick?
Ah, what were the choices again?
Draw unwelcome attention or put yourself in a spot. The spell disturbs the fabric of reality. Take -1 ongoing to cast spell until the next time you prepare spells or
Yeah,
after.
we'll go with that one.
Alright, so that means that you will be doing a -1 spells. Roll your damage.
What is that? Just a 2d6? No, it's a wait.
Let's
2d8.
see. It's whatever your
2d4.
damage.
Or
D4, yeah.
2d4.
I don't think it's 2D.
Yeah.
Just see a
Deal
D4.
2d4 damage to one target.
Oh yeah.
5. So
All right.
kinda like
She
right through
is.
stomach, pretty much.
She's definitely hurt. She grabs. Well, we'll wait for. We'll wait for Rohan to get back. So, as we wait to see what Rohan decides to do to this poor creature protecting its young, we'll take another quick 5-minute break and grab some more water. See what's gonna happen. So, BRBs.